podcast, we mentioned that the criminals had death masks made after they were executed at the guillotine. So what's the difference between a death mask and a funerary mask, sometimes called a burial mask? According to Funeral Guide, a death mask is an impression taken of the face of a person who has died to preserve their likeness. Used by the ancient Egyptians, they were still common in the 19th century. This makes sense because our cases were set in the 17th century and there were no photographs that people could use back then as keepsakes. Early death masks in Roman times were made from wax, but this was fragile. As the practice developed, plaster was preferred. The trend of creating death masks started to die out as photography became more widely available. Some of the last masks were made in the 1930s. Funerary burial masks were used to decoratively cover the face of a deceased person. They were usually made from wood or forms of rough plaster. Wealthy people would have metal funerary masks, especially if their coffin was to be on display.